Alright guys, hello and welcome to episode 2 of Deck Diaries. Today we're going to talk about Standard. Standard is the upcoming format at Siera Phoenix Games in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. We're going to play that Friday. So I'm going to show you guys my approach to Approach of the Second Sun. It's a deck I've played in Standard before the bans happened and before Rivals of Ixalan came out. So it's a deck I'm probably most familiar with. Obviously you win by casting Approach of the Second Sun for the second time. And basically the rest of the deck is ways to slow your opponent down and get you to your approaches faster. So one of the new cards that I'm running is Baffling End. I think it's a great like pseudo Oblivion Ring. Obviously there's a downside if they remove it, but you've got plenty of counter spells to back it up in the deck. We're also going to play 4 of Cast Out. Cast Out's just a great card. You play it, it has flash, and if you don't need it, you can cycle it. So it's a great way to get rid of opposing gods or, Scarab God or Hazaret, just permanents you can't deal with, by destroying all creatures with Fumigate. We're going to play 3 Fumigate, and we're going to play 3 Settle the Wreckage. I really like Settle the Wreckage. I consider going up to 4, but I'm going to leave it as is this way. I am going to play 4 Opt. A lot of people are choosing not to play Opt. So I'm going to keep it at 4. I really like just the ability to, 1 blue, scry, draw a card. It's really great for digging farther down. We're going to play 4 Supreme Will in here. I wish I had an extra Disallow. If so, I'd cut a Supreme Will, run 3, and play more Disallows. Unfortunately, I can't get a hold of any right now, so we're going to stick with 4 Supreme Wills. I'm also going to play 4 Glimmer of Genius. Lets you see 4 cards deep. It's really great after you cast Approach the first time, just to dig and get, farther down into where your approach is. Also going to play 4 Censor, kind of a no-brainer. It's a 4 spike, except it costs 1 more and you can cycle it. Here's the Singleton Disallow. That's the only one I have. Torrential Gearhulk is really great. I'm going to split it. I'm going to play 1 on the main board, 1 on the side. Just being able to flash back any instant speed spell that you've got for 6 mana, and you get to get a 5/6 body out of the deal. So it's really great to blow your opponents out with a flashing back a Settle the Wreckage. You can flash back your counter spells, or Supreme Will let you dig deeper. So we're going to play 1 Torrential Gearhulk and Search for Azcanta. We're going to play 2 of. And as far as the cost of the deck, this is where your main cost is. The 2 Search for Azcantas run you about $16 a piece, and then your Torrential Gearhulks are about $10 a piece. So everything else in the deck is fairly cheap. We are going to play 6 planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 island. And we're going to play 4 Glacial Fortress. 4 Irrigated Farmland. And I'm going to try out Arch of Orazca. It has Ascend, so if you control 10 or more permanents, you get the City's Blessing for the rest of the game. So after you have the City's Blessing, you can pay 5 and draw a card. So just another way to dig deeper. This deck normally wants to go super late game. A lot of times, you've got a million permanents on the battlefield. Mainly, they're all lands. We're going to play 2 Field of Ruin. It's really great for destroying opposing Search for Azcantas, or add the enchantments or the creatures now when they flip into lands. So we're going to play 2 of those and 2 Ipnu Rivulets. Ipnu Rivulet lets you pay 2 mana, sacrifice itself, and mill 4 cards. So that's another way, after you cast your approach, you can dig deeper down to get that second approach and win the game. All right, let's look at the sideboard. I'm going to play 3 Authority of Consuls. Authority of the Consuls is really great against token strategies. It's also good against mono red. I'm not sure how much of a difference it's going to make against mono red now because they lost Rampaging Ferocity. So it might not make that much of a difference. It might not even come in against mono red. I'm not sure. I'm going to play a singleton Gideon's Intervention. Basically, when it enters the battlefield, you choose a card name. They can't cast your opponents can't cast cards with the chosen name, and you prevent all damage that would be dealt to you by permanents, by sources with the chosen name. So this is really great against like energy, bristling Hydra. Obviously, he's got hexproof, so you can't target him with your cast out, things like that. So Gideon Intervention, the way to go there. I'm also going to play Ixalan's Binding. It's kind of the same thing as Gideon's Intervention, except it's more like an Oblivion Ring. It comes into play, you exile a non-land permanent, and then they can't cast spells with the same name as the exiled card. I'm going to play 2 Negates, and that's kind of where the sideboard ends as far as against control matchups. The rest of my sideboard is all creatures, because I'm expecting a lot of, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but I'm expecting some control decks in the meta here. So I'm going to play 3 Regal Caracals. I'm going to play 3 Sunscourage Champions. I have not played this card before, so I'm going to try it out and see how it does. And another new card I'm going to play is Nezahal Primal Tide. It seems really good against control decks. It can't be countered. You have no max hand size, which is a major plus with this deck. And then whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, you draw a card. Once again, great against control decks. And he's got the ability to kind of blink himself and protect himself by discarding 3 cards. So 7/7 on top of that. Seems pretty good. It is a dinosaur. I'm going to play another Torrential Gearhulk. So this is where I said I'm going to do the 1/1 split. Just being able to bring in the extra Gearhulk if you need it, like I said, for more Settle the Wreckage or Disallow, Supreme Wills, things like that. It can go kind of both ways and can go in against aggro matchups and control matchups. All right, so that is the sideboard. One thing I want to note about this deck that some people get confused on is Approach to the Second Sun itself. Your second copy of Approach to the Second Sun must resolve before you win the game. So if they have a negate or something like that, you're going to have to keep digging for another approach that will resolve. One thing I'm a little bit worried about is Duress. But I think with the amount of, the Censor, the Disallow, the Supreme Will, I'm thinking I should be okay. So, we'll find out. Anyways, thanks for watching episode 2 of Deck Diaries. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get to playtest or give any updates this week, but keep an eye out Friday because I will post a link. I'm going to try to stream matches again on Twitch. So keep a lookout Friday for more live matches at Siera Phoenix Games in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a good week.